On this week's episode of The Automated Entrepreneur, Forging Success Habits. The hardest thing for most people when it comes to building good habits is building them gradually and then sticking to them long enough for them to become ingrained. Here are the most common reasons why people don't stick to a habit. First, the habit is likely too difficult. Second, they may not enjoy doing it. Third, too many new habits at once. Fourth, too many other things going on, distractions. Fifth, changes in routine. Sixth, not really motivated to do it. And lastly, you talk yourself out of it. There are other reasons too. People actively discourage you from changing, or you think negative thoughts about your ability to change, or you overdo it in the beginning and then simply run out of steam. So here then are the rules for sticking to good habits. Developing new habits isn't easy, but it's definitely doable. Anything worth doing is going to take some work and some time. So the first step is making a commitment, that is, a promise to yourself and to others, to stick with the new habit for at least 1 month. That said, I have a set of rules to follow if you actually want to stick to new habits. You can ignore these rules, as most people do, and you can increase your likelihood of failure. Or you can try these rules and see if they work for you, because each person is different, so you have to figure out your own formula. Let's start with the first one habit at a time. This is incredibly important because most people ignore it. And they do so because they underestimate how much focus it actually takes to stick to a new habit. It's easy to start a new habit, or even 5 of them at once, but sticking to them, well, that's another story. Don't think that you can change everything at once. So, my advice is start with only 1 new habit for that month. Next, a tiny habit. Don't focus on big results as you're forming each new habit. Make the habit as tiny as possible and focus on doing it consistently. This is what we call marginal gains. Whatever you think you should do, well, cut it in half. Then if possible, cut it in half again. And that's enough for now. The results will come later. Number 3, focus on starting. The only thing you need to do is start. And that's the part of the habit that matters the most in the first month or so. Later on, you'll run a marathon. But for now, just putting all your effort into lacing up your shoes and getting out the door is a good start. If you're meditating, just get your butt on the cushion. If you're eating healthy, just get your healthy snack in front of you and take the first bite. If you're writing, just close your browser, open a text document, and type the first sentence. In other words, just start. Number 4, try to enjoy doing it. It's really important that you get positive feedback for doing the habit right away. Many people select an activity that they hate, which is built-in negative feedback, and then they wonder why they just can't stick to it. So do a habit that you love. Find a way of enjoying the new habit. Focus on the positive aspects of it, and make sure you praise yourself for doing it. You should feel good about even starting. This is an immediate reward, and it is necessary. Number 5, watch your thoughts. If you start to avoid the habit or do the habit but feel discouraged or even feel like quitting, well, you want to pay attention to these little thoughts. Ask yourself, where are they coming from? Are you rationalizing quitting? Are you giving yourself some negative self-talk? Are you going to make excuses? Because those thoughts are just defense mechanisms that your brain uses to avoid discomfort. You need to let them go. And don't let them have power over you. You can beat them with some positive self-talk. Number 6, don't miss 2 straight days. This is key. If you let yourself miss a day, well, be absolutely sure, incredibly and powerfully sure, that you won't miss another day back to back. Miss a day and let all kinds of alarms go off. You should put yourself on emergency status and do everything possible not to miss the second day. Don't let yourself slip up again, because if you do, it makes it really hard to get back on track. So just don't do it. Number 7, be accountable. Tell at least one other person about your habit change and ask them to keep you accountable. A group of 2 to 3 people is even better. It increases your likelihood of sticking to the habit. So here's a question. How does one practice the habit skill? That might seem like a lot to learn at once, so here is the trick and the key to future success. First, start with the easiest possible habit. If you're not good at habits yet, then start with the most basic skills. Don't try to do ninja habits all at once. You want to practice the habit rules by doing something crazily easy. It may even seem a little ridiculous at first, but you have to start practicing with very simple and very easy routines if you want to start to get good at it. This is how you build your confidence. Some ideas for habits to start with? Well, drink a glass of water every morning. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Spend 5 minutes planning your day. Eat 1 piece of fruit before lunch. Get up and stretch every 90 minutes. Go for a 10-minute run after work. Write 1 sentence in your journal after dinner. Read 1 page before going to bed. It is in the moments of our decisions that we shape our destinies. Take control. Begin with simple steps. Once you gain your confidence, there'll be plenty of time to up the ante. I wish you the best. There are 7 ways that we can help you if you need it. First, you can subscribe now to this podcast, Automated Entrepreneur, on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Breaker, and more. Or you can follow us on Instagram at The Automated Entrepreneur. You can follow us on YouTube at Automated Entrepreneur, as well as on Facebook. You can take 20 minutes and complete our short questionnaire. This easy tool allows us to determine your readiness to create and launch real prosperity this year. You could book a free coaching call where you can get your questions answered and again, experience breakthrough growth. You could sign up for our Ignite Bootcamp. It's our monthly online program that you can do in your pajamas while learning how to eliminate debt, create passive income, invest in real estate, and much, much more. Or lastly, you could register for our Prosperity Code program, where you can launch a new business, claim tax deductions, create passive income. And there you have it, 7 ways that we can make a breakthrough happen for you this year. And that's this week's episode of The Automated Entrepreneur.